Special Forces officer from Lahore, Sayeda Abida Hussain, former federal minister and former diplomat. She's been Pakistani ambassador to the USA. Last time she came on the Newshour, she called Hafiz Saeed some kind of a social activist. We'll confront her tonight. RSN Singh, former RAW officer from the Indian side. General G.D. Bakshi, editor of Indian Military Review. KC Singh, former Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs. And Seshadri Chari, convener of the Foreign Affairs Cell of the BJP. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. So, Brigadier Javed Hussain, will you take the bodies of these 6 Pakistanis, jihadis, who were sent over by your Pakistani army, headed by, a man called Qari Israr, who is of the Lashkar-e-Toiba? Will you take their bodies back?
I think your thoughts are being generated on false presumptions. What makes you think that they were Lashkar-e-Taiba or any other militant group? You have told us that. So you are
disowning them. So you are doing a Kargil here.
Let me finish.
So you send the people and then you say, so who are these? Who are these people?
Let me finish.
These 6 bodies.
Otherwise I'll protest.
So I'm telling you, are these 6 bodies Pakistani or not?
Not a debate.
Are these 6 bodies Pakistani or not?
You called me to take part in a debate.
Are they Pakistani?
You have to have the patience to listen to me.
These 6 you sent, are they Pakistani?
Otherwise I'll just keep quiet.
Are they Pakistani, sir?
Ask somebody else. Ask an Indian panelist.
But I'm asking
who is never
you.
Interrupted.
I can give you the proof.
Go ahead.
Doubt? Okay.
Don't
General Bakshi, any doubt?
Don't interrupt me then.
Any doubt they are Pakistani?
Don't interrupt me. I'll keep quiet. You want me to keep quiet?
People are.
Not participate in the debate? I'll do that.
1 minute, sir. I'd like you to participate, but GD Bakshi will tell you why they are Pakistani.
Ask your Indian panelists.
Sure, because you seem to be silenced by the simple.
You don't let me speak.
GD Bakshi.
You don't let me speak.
Brigadier Javed.
So I'll keep quiet. This is not a debate.
Brigadier Javed, can we? Brigadier Javed, can I? Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Javed,
by all means. The floor is yours.
All right. Brigadier Javed, it has been standard Pakistani practice to send in people and then disown them. That goes back to 1947-48, when the raiders were first sent in and absolutely disowned, till the United Nations itself found Pakistani troops on Kashmiri soil. That is what, triggered off those resolutions that Pakistan must withdraw from POK. Go back to 1965, Brigadier Javed. You are an SSG man. You again sent about 10,000 infiltrators. You disowned all those who were killed, caught or captured. Come back to 1999. The 3 Northern Light Infantry Battalion, there were 4 Northern Light Infantry Battalion people sent in fact. And when they were killed, they were captured, you refused to own up to their bodies.
Yeah, but
let's take back their bodies.
No, General Bakshi, let's talk about today's context. Today's context is...
it is the Lashkar-e-Toiba, Brigadier Javed. You have sent 2 trains, Jamaatul Dawa Express 1 and Jamaatul Dawa Express 2, from Karachi and Hyderabad to Lahore to have a jamboree for Mr. Hafiz Saeed, who sent those 10 people, 10 murderers to 2611 Mumbai. He rants and raves yesterday, and today we see the result. Do you not see the connection?
And if you want to declare war on India, declare war. But don't do it in this, this cowardly fashion, Brigadier. I mean, this is cowardice. If you want to declare war on India, you declare war on India. If you don't have the guts to declare war on India, then don't do the proxy war. You want to know why these are Pakistanis, sir? They have food packets with Pakistan stamps. They have shotguns which have Pakistan stamps. Third proof, Qari Israr, the slain terrorist, who is an elite commander, is a Pakistani. Point number 4, Pakistan has been making repeated attempts to infiltrate in the Uri sector in the past few days. The Pakistan-based LETA. Now you'll really, I'll give you more evidence. Point number 5. And Sayeda Abida Hussain, listen to this. The Pakistan-backed LETA has been involved in a series of attacks of this nature. The man you call a social activist, Hafiz Saeed, the Haidarpura attack in September last year was executed by his commander Abu Qasim. Abu Qasim.
You are not a participant.
Sir, I am giving you facts. I want you to
Moderate
counter
the
me.
debate.
I want you
Don't
to counter
participate.
me. Counter me if you can.
I will counter you all the way.
I've given
If
you 5
give me an
facts, counter me with
opportunity.
1.
You don't let me speak.
You
But why
always
have
say
you
I don't
called
let
me
you
here?
speak, but I'm waiting for you to give me one point in response.
Yeah.
1 point in response.
You have to have the patience to listen to your guests.
Sir, I have
Whether
all
they
the
are
patience,
Indian
but if
or
the
they are
guest does not have a
Pakistani.
line of argument, it's not my problem.
My line of argument, you haven't even seen it. You haven't heard it. What I'm trying to suggest is that go ahead, talk.
I haven't said a word. It appears
I'm a
to
good
me you
listener.
really don't have an answer. I have not said a word. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for you. 10 minutes
I'm a
into
good
the
listener.
debate, you are unable to give one line in response. All of India is watching you tonight.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Let me speak. Okay, let me speak. No, but you want to dominate the debate. Go ahead. The fact is that assuming that these people were Pakistanis, for a second, let's assume. I have been to Uri sector. I know that area like I know the palm of my hand. There are hardly a few infiltration routes across the LOC. Why were those routes not guarded? Why is the Indian units on the LOC so incompetent? There are multi-layered obstacles. In order to negotiate those obstacles, they have to spend time on the obstacles. Not only did they cross, assuming they were Pakistanis, they went across several kilometers all the way up to Srinagar and carried out these 4 or 5 attacks. Not possible.
I think KC Singh and RSN Singh, 1 second. No, RSN Singh, you see, one minute, just a minute.
These
You know
are
what you've done. Thank you for making the biggest admission so far by any Pakistani officer on an Indian TV channel. You have short of admitted that you have been an infiltrator yourself. You, coming from a country whose soldiers say we have never done the cowardly act of infiltration, you have gone on to describe the infiltration route. You say it has multi-layered obstacles. You say it has few routes. I want to ask you, how do you know? How do you know?
During the wars.
How do you know? How do you know?
Special forces operate
behind
the enemy line.
Simple question. How do you know?
General Bakshi.
How do you know, sir? Sir, this is Arnav, not General Bakshi. How do you know about
the world over?
RSN Singh, how does he know about the infiltration route? And by the way,
the incompetence of the Indian units on the LOC.
Sir, we don't. You see, one thing.
But you are in a state of denial.
Sir, I'll tell you.
You deny that there is an insurgency in Kashmir.
Sir,
you deny that there is an insurgency in 20 states.
Sir, the Pakistani army is the Pakistani army.
Sir, but you don't want to run a program on them.
It's a debate, Brigadier. Listen to me.
A handful of Indian soldiers
You've revealed everything.
You spent the whole day discussing, presenting. Why not
Brigadier
Naxalites?
Brigadier, just now, 1 second. Just because you ended up admitting that you have been an infiltrator, just because you have ended up admitting on Indian television that you have been an infiltrator does not mean that you don't stop. 1 second.
These were freedom fighters.
Sir, RSN Singh right now, a Pakistani brigadier, former special forces officer, admits his role in infiltration on Times Now. RSN Singh, please respond, please. RSN Singh.
One of the most brilliant formulations today has been by the MEA spokesman today when he said what you have done is mainstreaming of terror by facilitating the congregation of Hafiz Saeed. Now, as brought out, you provided him trains, you provided him all sorts of logistics. You provided him all the logistical support. Now To do what? To kill democracy in India, the same democracy that you have killed in your country. And just because you all know that these elections in
What
Kashmir
democracy?
are not routine elections.
What democracy are you talking about? There is no democracy there.
These elections will kill your
don't
hysteria. These
don't
elections
read
will
too much.
kill your hysteria.
Don't
for
read
Kashmir.
too much into the
And
elections.
Brigadier, this is at a time when in the London conference on Afghanistan, your Prime Minister has been lamenting before John Kerry that, Pakistan's contribution to war against terror is not being recognized. And here he is providing all the support to Hafiz Saeed. Now, have you reduced your country's discourse to Hafiz Saeed, the scum on this earth, the scruffy, despicable man?
One man, Hafiz Saeed. He has become the nemesis of Indian army, Indian politicians, Indian
Brigadier Javed.
analysts.
That is the discourse you are
A handful of people.
We have
A
seen
handful of people conducting 5 or 6 attacks.
Sir, there are.
And you think
I'll
as
give
if
you one description
the
of
Pakistan army has invaded India.
Sir, 1 minute.
Listen,
1 minute. Now, listen to me. Listen to me. One
Brigadier,
second,
your
sir.
Hafiz Saeed.
I would like to inform Brigadier Javed Hussain, who says he's a proud soldier of the Pakistani army and has served in that department called the Pakistan Army Special Forces. First of all, what has Brigadier Javed Hussain done? He's admitted that he has played a role in infiltration because he's described in detail what he feels are the infiltration routes in the
Louder, I can't hear you.
Sir, you hear me loud and clear because what I'm about to say not something you like, but you need to hear. What you need to hear is that cowards attack by stealth and by night. And the cowards you sent tried to attack at 2 or 3 a.m. through an infiltration route which took place in the Mahura camp in the Uri sector, extremely close to the LOC, an area vulnerable to infiltration. It has seen multiple ceasefire violations and you have tried to give cover every time to these infiltrators who cross over. I'm saying tonight, your army does not have the courage to declare war. But stop the proxy war. Because you are inviting trouble and I now go to
army has not invaded India.
You don't have the courage to and you never will. But my question to KC Singh is, KC, how should we deal with this now? You've had 2 or 3 brazen attempts. You've had the full support to Hafiz Saeed. Over the weekend, we saw what they did, the kind of support the Pakistani army gave to what they call the Jamaat-ud-Dawa, followed by a series of attacks. What should be our effective response now after 11 of our men have been killed? KC.
You know,
You don't want to talk.
the government took a
What
decision.
do you want? War?
4 or 5 months back. Brigadier, can you just keep quiet now? 4 or 5 months back, the government took a
go ahead.
decision that they will not negotiate under duress. They will not negotiate if Pakistan was not going to follow certain red lines. No, accompanying that had to be a strategy of countermeasures. Now, I don't know if the government has developed them or is in the process of developing them. There are obviously countermeasures, some of which we can't discuss on television. But if you adopt a stricter policy towards Pakistan, then it has to be across the board. Then they have to be countermeasures. Because because today you have, the only difference is, this has happened many times before, the only difference is that the Pakistani civilian government is now completely aligned with the radical forces on the right and the military. In the past, they at least made a pretense of trying to control them or being unable to control them. But now they are actively supporting them. So the entire Pakistani state is aligned completely with the militants, the military and the civilian government together. Then there has to be a counter strategy. And the counter strategy has to be a series of pressure points, short of war, short of active hostility, which are able to put pressure on Pakistan. Now, whether those work from their western border, whether they work economically, whether they work going to the international stage and showing them that there is a person declared as an international terrorist and an international fugitive who's receiving active support. Don't forget, in the past, the US government has threatened Pakistan that we will declare you as a state sponsoring terror. They've stepped back from that. Clinton threatened Nawaz Sharif, in fact. So they've stepped back from it. But now a time has come where I think we should actively, diplomatically
put pressure on different countries and build up this very valid case that Pakistan is now a state directly sponsoring terrorism by giving a stage, openly a stage to Hafiz Saeed to incite and letting his hordes come across the border. Ceasefire violations are used to infiltrate. Brigadier Javed is ignoring a simple factor. Ceasefire violations have been going on for 4 months. And it is those ceasefire violations which have enabled the Pakistani military to push these people in. And of course, the trigger point is the successful election underway in Jammu and Kashmir, which is really calling Pakistan's bluff. The people are electing a government.
But Casey, we have to hit back. My point is, we have to hit back. Now, there are some peaceniks in India who say, we have to hit back now at the Pakistanis. My point is very simple. We debate this every night. What you're saying, what I'm saying, the time has come to hit back at Pakistan and to hit back so hard so that already a country economically, and Sayyida Abida Hussain, you realize the consequences of what you're doing, Ms. Hussain, are going to be terrible for a country like yours. You are economically on the brink, you're bankrupt. Socially, you are an unstable country. Politically, you are a chaotic country. In terms of sectarian, factors, you are a divided country. On top of it, now you want to take on India. What really is the imperative behind doing this? 73% voting in Kashmir? You think, Sayyida Abida Hussain, that you will change the international headlines about the huge success of the elections in Jammu and Kashmir by sending 6 cowards on the Uri sector? You really think so, Ms. Hussain?
You know, I don't know why I have lent myself to your tirades once again. Your office in Delhi that contacted me assured me that you would speak less.
Ma'am, you can speak as much as you want if you choose to give me a clear answer to this.
All right. Yes, I will give you a clear answer.
Waiting.
Today, the Chief of Army Staff of the Pakistan Army, General Rahil Sharif, has made a very strong condemnation of non-state actors bedeviling the situation and leading to acrimony between India and
Name
Pakistan.
the non-state actor.
He's
Name
made
him.
a very strong statement.
Who's the
today.
non-state actor you're talking about?
Non-state. The
Don't
non-state
interrupt
actors,
her.
obviously
Who is the
those
non-state
people
actor she's
that
talking
have-
about?
I'm talking about the very non-state actors that penetrated Indian territory.
Who?
Or the claim to Indian
But
territory.
who, Ms. Saeed?
We don't know who they are. They are non-state actors.
Really? You don't know who?
The fact that we say that they are non-state actors, we don't know who the hell they are.
Oh, you don't know who the hell they are?
If you...
Okay,
No,
Seshadri.
we don't know who they are.
No, you don't know who they are.
We do not know who they are.
Oh, really?
No, we do not know who they are.
This is-
And how do you know when somebody is dead? How do you know who the hell they are?
Well, I know because because Kassav.
One should
No,
be
1 second. You're asking a question, counter question. Hear my answer, Miss Saida. Hear my answer. You asked a counter question. Have the decency to listen to my answer to your counter question. Your rhetorical counter question. The answer to your counter question is there is a man called Qari Israr. He is a Pakistani.
I don't know him.
He is from the Lashkar-e-Toiba.
You know him?
You know him?
You know him.
Ask Hafiz
You know
Saeed. Ask Hafiz Saeed, does he know him? Okay.
Do you know
okay, so the question to you is, Hafiz Saeed, who you described last time you came on the Newshour as a great social worker, was he the person who heads the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jamaat-ud-Dawa? Is he the non-state actor you are talking about?
As far as I know, if he is behind in any way this episode inside what is claimed to be your territory, then yes, then he is in support of non-state
So what will you do about him?
We are quite clear on
So
the
what
issue.
will you do about? But Seshadri Chari, the counter question to that which I'd like to put to you, and please hear the other side. Miss Sayyida Abida Hussain now has almost admitted that this non-state actor who they have no control over is Hafiz Saeed. Last time she came on the program,
No,
she said he's a social
I have not
activist.
said that it is Hafiz Saeed. You are alleging that Hafiz Saeed is behind this Qari who has been killed.
No, I am asking you. I am asking you whether Hafiz Saeed heads the Jamaat-ud-Dawa or the Lashkar-e-Toiba. No, what's that? Does Hafiz Saeed head the Jamaat-ud-Dawa?
I really have never encountered Hafiz Saeed.
No, but does he head the Seshadri Chari? Now she says, I don't even know whether Hafiz Saeed heads the Jamaat-ud-Dawa. Or what I know is that the Pakistan.
I have never. encountered Hafiz Saeed.
You may not have encountered him, ma'am, but the fact is that there is
Dawa or otherwise.
Ma'am, your army.
Now, what I do know is that you have just said that the Skari that has been eliminated by you is backed by Hafiz Saeed. This is your statement.
I am not saying
and
back.
Now you're imputing.
No,
your
I am not saying back.
to me.
I am saying. One second. You must not get my words wrong, Miss Saida Abida Hussain. You are a diplomat. You should know that you should go by exact language which is being used. I am saying that Qari Israr is a commander of the Lashkar-e-Toiba. He's a Pakistani, and the Lashkar-e-Toiba is headed by Hafiz Saeed. Do you hear me correctly now?
Does he have a Pakistani passport?
Does Hafiz Saeed have a Pakistani passport? Yes, this man has a Pakistani passport. Yes, he has a Pakistani passport. Does Hafiz Saeed have a Pakistani passport?
What is your evidence?
I've told you the evidence. I've told you the evidence. Now,
no, on Hafiz Saeed, you have given me, you're alleging something.
No, one second.
Making an allegation.
So you have denied that.
Skari,
ma'am, you are using the Osama argument now.
Stated he's a Pakistani. What is your evidence?
Ma'am, I'm so surprised.
And
I am so surprised, and if I may say so, don't mind it. Ms. Saida Abida Hussain, you are a very senior diplomat, but I know that I was told Pakistani diplomats have their facts right. I am horrified at your absolute and utter ignorance. Hafiz Saeed, if you want me to give you a ready reckoner, has got a $10 million bounty on his head from the United States. He is listed as an individual associated with the Al-Qaeda on the UN 1267/1989 Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee as an individual associated with the Al-Qaeda. He's been designated as a specially designated national under Executive Order 13224. I am so shocked at your ignorance tonight that even if you want to take that plausible line of deniability which you have used in the past, to be so utterly ignorant about your own citizen is shocking, Ms. Saeed. How can you be so ignorant about Hafiz Saeed?
Proceed to keep on heaping insult upon
Ma'am, I am giving you the facts and making an observation about your ignorance.
You are the epitome of diplomacy, doubtless.
I am very direct. I don't claim to be a diplomat. I am very direct.
These are facts.
I am direct. You are the diplomat.
You're not direct. You're downright rude.
I am direct. You can call it rude. A Pakistani will call it rude. I am being direct.
Extremely rude.
I want you to counter me if you can.
You're extremely pompous. You're extremely verbose. You're extremely rude. And pomposity itself.
Well,
now, your facts.
Counter me on facts, Miss. You are looking disturbed. Counter me on facts. Is Hafiz Saeed a Pakistani?
Are your facts.
Is he a Pakistani?
With any Pakistani whatsoever.
Is he a Pakistani?
They have nothing to do with any Pakistani.
Is Hafiz Saeed a Pakistani?
No.
He's not a Pakistani.
I have no knowledge.
Now you said not a Pakistani.
Whether he's not.
Brilliant.
I have no knowledge.
Now look at Seshadri Chari will respond now. Now they say when we counter them with fact.
You tell me what is your evidence.
Ma'am, I have given you so much evidence. What more do you need tonight?
Seshadri Chari. Good job of shooting up people in the heartland of India. Those who've been shooting up people, allegedly communists. In the Indian army.
I'd like Seshadri Chari of the BJP to respond, please.
How do we know whether they are Indian or not?
I would like Seshadri Chari of the BJP to respond to what I can only call a verbal contortion by the former Pakistani diplomat who has been unable to accept facts and now says Hafiz Saeed is not a Pakistani. Seshadri Chari.
Now, I think it's a very sad situation today. We know there is a lot of confusion within the Pakistani society. The civil society is practically leaderless and directionless. Pakistan has slipped into the hands of the army long back. And for all that, the entire world knows Hafiz Saeed is the creation of the action against the Russians, and he was part and parcel of the Taliban, and he was specially recruited by the Taliban to lead the entire Taliban force, and then he went out of it and then created a number of outfits. From what Madam Saida has just said and Brigadier Javed Hussain has said, if you put these two things together, a number of facts come out. Number one, this entire operation that took place today is entirely pre-planned. Each and every terrorist, I'm calling them terrorists only temporarily. I'm going to come to that point after half a minute. Each one of them was carrying something like 15 to 20 kg of ammunition. It is not possible for an ordinary non-state actor, quote-unquote terrorist, to carry this kind of ammunition.
Absolutely.
He knew which is the route to enter, as Brigadier Javed has very clearly enumerated. He knew the routes, they knew the routes, they knew what to do, and they had come there with a total idea that they will get killed. So actually they are not terrorists, they are absolutely Pakistani soldiers, part and parcel of the Pakistani army without the army fatigue. We must be very clear. You asked Pakistan, you pleaded with them that they should declare war on us. They have already declared war on us. They don't want democracy in Kashmir. They don't want us to live in peace. They don't want to talk to us. And not only that, Pakistan wants to really punish Obama for choosing to come to India and not Islamabad.
Attention-grabbing
The fact is, they cannot even prick USA with a safety pin. That is why they are attacking India so that they can vitiate the atmosphere. But sadly, Pakistan army should know that we have defeated them 3 times. We will defeat them the 4th time, and that will be the last defeat. After that, Pakistani army will not exist because there will not be any Pakistan. Therefore, they must realize all these things and come and behave as a normal society. I don't understand why the diplomats and retired army officials, at least they can see through and they can prevail upon the Pakistani state to act in a manner which suits them internationally.
Precisely.
I'm very sad.
Precisely. So are all of us. And more than that, we are concerned at what is going on in Pakistan. I mean, Brigadier Saad Mohammed is a defense analyst. Brigadier Mohammed, tell me, I have pictures of 6 cowards who your Pakistani army sent here. Their bodies are lying there on the ground. My question to you is the same that I asked to Javed Hussain. He got very rattled. Are they Pakistani or not? Because a decent society after...
Ramesh!
1 minute, Brigadier! Are they Pakistanis or not?
How to spell rattled?
Are they Pakistanis or not?
No,
My first question. My second question is, will you claim their bodies back?
They are...
Are they Pakistanis or not, these 6?
Pakistanis, they are... No, they are not Pakistanis. They are Kashmiri nationals.
There you are.
There you are.
This is what...
Who want to fight off the Indian occupation of Kashmir. Why don't you acknowledge that?
Well, these are all... They have all Pakistani markings all over them. The evidence is there with you.
You have subjugated those 7 million people. You are using heavy weapons against those 7 million people. The peaceful Kashmiris you are using them to fight back.
Brigadier,
now, if you start killing people, they're going to fight back.
Brigadier, you know how
Why
only...
don't you acknowledge
Brigadier,
that there is a problem in Kashmir.
Brigadier,
you have occupied Kashmir.
Brigadier,
you have subjugated them. You are killing them.
Brigadier,
you are raping the women there.
Calm down, Brigadier. Calm down,
Why
Brigadier.
do you acknowledge that?
Calm down, Brigadier. Calm down. Don't lose your nerve.
You can't interrupt that raw man.
I'm calm down.
Don't lose your nerve.
Interrupt him.
Don't lose your nerve. I'm not interrupting. I'm just telling him to calm down.
Please calm down.
I'm telling you to calm down, sir. I'm asking you one thing. Tell me what? Tell me 2 questions. No, tell me 2. Answer 2 questions, Brigadier.
Please control the insurgency.
Answer 2 questions, Brigadier.
Control the insurgency.
Answer. You're an army man. Take my questions. What's your problem? I'll 2 questions to you. My first question to you, sir. You know what you did with Kassav. You know what he did with Kassav, Hafiz Saeed. He sent Kassav. You send teenagers on suicide missions, right? And then when these people do what they do, you say they are not Pakistanis. My first question to you is, do you think you're doing the right thing? You know, by sending Pakistanis across, and when they are killed, you are such cowards, Brigadier, that you won't even acknowledge they are Pakistanis. I mean, take them back. They must be having families back in Pakistan. We'll give the bodies back. I mean, this is the ultimate treachery that you do to your own people. That's point number 1. Second point is that it means about 75% voting in Kashmir. Now you accept the reality that the people of Kashmir have voted, and they have voted to be part of the great Indian democracy, not the failed state that is Pakistan. So, you know, your 6 people who came here, these 6 people who died, they were on a death wish. That's why they chose to agree to the Pakistani army command and come here and get shot, right, on some kind of a suicide mission. My question to you is, why is your whole country on a death wish? Is your army on a death wish? Is your army on a death wish, Brigadier? Why would you do that?
Not a death wish.
It appears so.
There is an insurgency. There is an insurgency in Kashmir.
Sir, there is no insurgency. There are 75% voting.
From the
There's 75% voting. Where's the insurgency?
You say that they are Pakistani.
When the Indian Prime
From
Minister
the
Each one of those six, each one of these six, you can look at it from any angle. Each one of these six is a Pakistani who's lying.
The entire valley is shut down. Now,
Sir, there is no insurgency. RSN Singh, KC Singh, RSN Singh is responding now. RSN Singh, RSN Singh wants to come in. RSN Singh.
From the rampage of Minare Sharif, Hafiz Saeed says that elections are no substitute to plebiscite. So I don't know. I mean, then he says that we will turn entire India into Mumbai, and then there were patriotic songs sung in that congregation where it was said
if 70% are on your side,
where it was said that it is a holy war.
Problem.
Now I want to ask you, are you fighting a holy war in Zarbe Azb also? Now next thing he said is that Kashmiris are blood brothers of Pakistan. I don't think Kashmiris share such a filthy DNA. Hafiz Saeed does not know his own history and his own origins. I don't think Kashmiris, share this kind of filthy DNA.
If 75% people are on your side, why don't you have a plebiscite?
Sir, exactly. If 75% people are voting, a terror attack will not change the facts on the ground.
Have a plebiscite.
My question is, I'd like to bring back GD Bakshi.
And then he says that we will
GD
not...
Bakshi and KC Singh.
I am not scared of a plebiscite. You are scared of a
GD
plebiscite.
Bakshi and KC Singh. GD
You are scared of a
Bakshi.
plebiscite.
diatribe against Pakistan is uncalled for.
Sir, this is a... Sir, we have...
Kindly have a debate.
GD Bakshi.
Not a shouting match.
Pretentious language is uncalled
GD
for.
Bakshi. 1 second.
You are demeaning yourself.
Sir, please. I am presenting a lot of facts tonight, and I'd also like to point out... I'd like to point out that I am going to send...
to you.
I'm
Can we kindly put in a
GD Bakshi.
Carry out a plebiscite.
GD Bakshi. An election is going on, sir.
Arnab, I would like to point out that Pakistan has carried out a deliberate, unprovoked escalation in the proxy war. I don't think we should take it lying down, and I can assure our Pakistani interlocutors this will not be taken lying down. You cannot spill the blood of Indian soldiers and civilians. In this manner, there will be cost for you.
What about the Naxalites?
There will be cost for you.
The Maoists?
Please desist.
Pakistan has a response.
Please desist before this thing goes out of hand.
Thousands of paramilitary soldiers.
Gentlemen,
You want to go up the escalation?
Gentlemen, I want to inform the brigadiers about one thing.
Pakistan will have a response.
Sir, the Pakistani response has been seen. The Pakistani army is so cowardly. It attacks by stealth and by the cover of night.
You want to go up the escalation ladder?
Sir, you know the Pakistani army, sorry to tell you this on your face, the Pakistani army is only good enough to control Nawaz Sharif. Now, that's all you are good at. Only Nawaz Sharif is scared of the Pakistani army.
Please see us on the battlefield.
Only Nawaz Sharif is scared of the Pakistani army, even GeoTV is not. 1 minute. The LET hand.
Please see us.
Sir, I'm being direct tonight, sir. Sir, you see now, KC Singh, I would like to get KC Singh back into the debate. You see, the question is always we are asked, you saw how Sayyida Abida Hussain tried to word it before she got herself into a soup because, she couldn't defend her line of argument out there. So this whole business of deniability.
That's what you think.
That they're non-state actors, we don't even know who they are. Does this hold anymore, and what would your response be to Sayyida Abida Hussain? KC Singh.
Well, I'll tell you who
it's
they
very
were.
sad.
KC Singh.
Thought that
You want to know who they
friends, we don't exult. We don't exult when the Baluchis kill your army. We don't exult when Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan kills your army. We don't say they are freedom fighters. For God's sake, wake up. Terror, radical Islam is the biggest danger to humanity. We've seen what is happening in West Asia. Those who live by the dagger will die by the dagger. We will be able to deal with it. We have dealt with it. And we will take countermeasures, but we will do it in a cold, calculated manner. But we would have expected from you empathy, from you understanding, not denial, not living in denial, deniability, counter charges, jumping to plebiscite, not even knowing about the resolution, knowing very well that the Pakistani army itself has flouted the 1948 resolution by not withdrawing from POK and the northern areas, denying the 72 Simla agreement where you gave up the plebiscite. For God's sake, when your army surrendered in Bangladesh, we gave you prisoners, 100,000 prisoners back.
Almost
Have
all
some
of them.
Shame that don't give up those agreements. Come and sign a treaty and then shamelessly go back 40 years and then hang the very Prime Minister who signed the treaty.
Yes.
What kind of a country is this? How do you expect other countries to deal with you? So then this is how others will deal. Americans deal with you like that. They just come in the middle of the night and kill someone in Pakistan. Is that how you want others to treat you? Or do you want to be a normal country? That is the question. You cannot keep coming across the border. There is a nationalistic, strong government in Delhi now. Don't test it. Do not test it. You will be wrong to test it and you will pay a price.
And are you ready for the consequences? Are you ready for the consequences of this? You don't have, you know, the candy floss diplomacy is over.
Consequences.
Are you ready for the consequences?
We are ready for all the consequences.
Are you ready for the consequences?
Don't try it.
We are ready.
Are you ready for the consequences of sending 6 of your men to carry out an unprovoked attack on another camp?
For
The problem is, Brigadier,
answer this question.
The problem is, Brigadier, that while you talk in English, you send those illiterate fellows into our territory to carry out proxy war. The problem is
You are
that
not qualified. You
English-speaking fellows in Pakistan, you don't send your children to those 11 seminaries run by Hafiz Saeed. Your problem in Brigadier is that you think that all territorial decisions can be made by unleashing those, those helpless poor people of Pakistan. Your problem is that democracy hurts you most. And your problem is that you are full of duplicity. Nobody in this world should trust you. And at least I have absolutely no hopes. These debates can go on, and you may say anything we want. Whatever action that has to be taken will be taken.
No, I now want to.
Everybody trusts.
One minute. Sayyida Abida Hussain. I will, since you now said Hafiz Saeed is not a Pakistani, I will play what you said just about a couple of weeks back. Can we have Sayyida Abida Hussain on one side of the screen now, and then if we can please play the clip of what she said when she last came on the Newshour. Miss Hussain, now I hope you will not accuse yourself of lying, because I am going to play out what you said 2 weeks back. Here it is.
Fact is that Hafiz Saeed has done a lot of flood relief work very recently. That is a reality.
Yeah.
This does not preclude the sanctions and the bounty on his head and so on. This does not preclude it. Now, I wish that the Indians, who are such a great people, were to extend to us some help in our natural disaster. We would be
it was offered. You didn't take it.
Despite our bilateral disputes.
It was offered. Right. Then last time you said Hafiz Saeed is a Pakistani who's done a lot of flood relief work. Today you say I don't know who he is.
I did not say he's a Pakistani.
No. So who is he? He's an Afghan?
That he has done flood relief.
So, but you said you know who he is. Now you say you don't know who he is.
Now,
you realize the problem.
I know lots of people. I do know a lot of people, including in India, who are not. I'm not sure whether they're Indian or not.
Miss Saeed, how can you contradict yourself like this?
How
can you contradict yourself like this?
You can have a residence in a locality, but whether you have nationality, whether the state has conferred nationality upon you or not, is another issue.
You realize this is not looking good, that you are contradicting yourself on national television, that you appear to be confused.
You look so good. You look so good yourself.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Goswami,
But I'm asking
that
you about how you're
that
looking
that's
today on the
more than
program. You're
enough
looking
for
confused.
you. Let me just tell you, I'm quite clear. I know lots of Indians. I do not know whether they have residential status, or whether they are regular citizens.
Okay, so Seshadri Chari, this
And
little
this is
joke.
so off.
This little joke that the Pakistanis try to play on us.
No,
Miss Chari, one second, sir, please, Miss Saida Hamid, Miss Saida Hussain.
He's a non-state actor.
Miss Hussain.
I do not know who
Miss
you're
Hussain,
talking
you know what
about.
happens,
He's a
as they say.
non-state actor.
Miss Hussain, as they say, when you lie the first time,
I think that
you
the
end up lying, making a bigger lie the next time, then you tie yourself in a bundle of lies.
Umar Abdullah through this election, it's all to do with your internal politics inside of Kashmir.
Miss Hussain, you're looking confused.
The BJP wants to be rid of Umar Abdullah's
Miss Hussain, you're looking confused.
And it is
Mrs.
all
Hussain, you're
very
looking
convenient to blame it on Pakistan.
Miss Hussain,
now,
Miss Hussain.
all this warmongering really does not play very well at all.
And what are
warmongering is ugly.
Really?
It's very ugly.
If warmongering, Miss Saida Hussain, if warmongering, Miss Saida Hussain is so ugly, then why do you send 6 Pakistanis over to an Indian army camp to play chess?
What evidence
to play
do
chess?
you have?
Now, please, Miss Hussain, I've had enough of this kind of, all these bundle of lies that people like you put on the program. And diplomats like you from Pakistan, you are trained. You should stop doing this, Miss Hussain. Miss Hussain, you are a
poor case.
Miss Hussain. Miss Hussain, you are a Miss Hussain. You know these. Miss Hussain,
you do not have a shred of evidence. You're heaping accusations. You're warmongering, and you have absolutely no reason to count non-state actors as a part of a larger scenario. The problem is that there's an election going on.
Seshadri Chari.
The BJP clearly wants to
Seshadri Chari.
Indian National Congress.
Seshadri Chari, I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, Miss Chari, I don't know about you. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sick and tired of this Pakistani joke of non-state actors. So the response has to be different now vis-a-vis the Pakistani
joke.
The response has to be different now vis-a-vis the Pakistan, sir. And India is going to fight back differently.
Who would you blame?
Seshadri Chari, you've heard this many times through 10 years of a Congress government.
Soldiers in the Indian heartland a few days ago, what were they? Were they non-state actors or were they state actors?
I am asking about what happened in Uri. Have the courage to understand, and we know how to deal with everyone. Seshadri Chari. Seshadri Chari.
Arnav, I think
the more you speak, the more you'll reveal yourself.
You should be a little more imaginative.
Ma'am, the more you speak, you'll reveal yourself.
Be a little more imaginative than that.
The more you speak, the more you'll reveal yourself. Miss Hussain, sincerely to you, you have completely tied yourself in knots today. Please don't make it worse for yourself.
And if I feel myself as a proud Pakistani, I'm proud of that.
As long as you are not a proud terrorist, I'm fine. Yes, please. Or a supporter of terrorism. Seshadri Chari.
Plead in front of you.
Arnav, even if you believe what Madam Saida Hussain is saying,
on your nerves? He's a dead man.
In that case,
no, Hafiz Saeed is not dead yet.
If
Hafiz Saeed is not dead yet.
Really?
Yeah, Hafiz Saeed and Dawood Ibrahim are not dead yet. Why are you worried about Hafiz Saeed?
Madam.
Now, please listen to
him.
I'm not.
Please listen. Please listen. Please listen.
This is a strategy.
Let us believe what you say. Even if he is not a Pakistani, why are you sheltering him?
Yeah.
Why are you taking custody of that man who is creating more problems for you?
Why?
Hand him over either to the Americans or you hand him over to us.
Why are you sheltering
if he is I believe you. If you say he is not a Pakistani, obviously he must be an Indian, because before 15th August 1947, all Pakistanis were Indians.
If you think
you're all Indians. So we don't mind getting you back on this side of the soil. We treat all Pakistanis as potential Indians. There is no difference between the Pakistanis and the Indians before 1947, 15th August 1947. And let us obliterate this difference once and for all. So there won't be any Hafiz Saeed problem, there won't be any non-state actor problem, there won't be any army problem, and you will be part of the larger democratic setup of India.
You're in the habit of heaping insult on
that will be good for you. On the other hand, whatever economic benefits that India gets
Do not
will be
preach
part of the
what is
economic
good for
benefit of Pakistan.
Pakistanis know what is good for Pakistan. Pakistanis
It will be good
don't
for you.
know what is good for Pakistan.
Madam,
Who are
as
you
a
to tell us what is good for
diplomat,
Pakistan? Who
I
are
welcome you to India.
I am.
Come and talk to us.
What kind of a
Try to
compare are
understand
you?
Indian position.
I would not set foot in India. I would not set foot in India.
Ma'am, you know, the
You're so
problem with you
blind.
is-
Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Try to understand the Indian side.
Why should I go to India?
Miss Om, you know, Miss
Try to
Saida,
understand the Indian side.
Miss Saida,
After all, this country
Miss
belongs to
Saida,
you.
I have a
As much
little
as
bit
it
of
belongs
advice
to
for
all
Miss
of
Saida
us.
Hamid. Miss Hamid, I have a bit of advice for you. My point to you is, you start very well always. You have the perfect accent. You don't look like a supporter of terrorism. It appears you are well educated. And it appears that you had some foreign experiences. The more you speak, and I've seen this progressive decline in your quality of your argument, through 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you then descend into speaking the kind of language that Afghanistan speaks.
Program of yours.
So, why do you reveal your mask so
We are
transparently before a billion
very
people?
Large nation.
Why do you transparently lift your mask over a billion people? You're the diplomat. You're meant to be the mask for a military state.
Calling
Madam,
Because I
Madam,
wanted you to take off the mask of a diplomat, which you did once again.
Being a working democracy.
Madam,
Our
RSN
country
Singh.
today is a working democracy. You know
Madam,
that as well as I
your
do.
poor show
We're a
is
working
today because
democracy,
झूठ
and
में
we're proud of
हौसला
that.
नहीं होता, सच होता है. And you are
I don't know
talking
what you're
about
talking
warmongering.
I do
As
not
Mr.
know
Chari
what
said,
you're
the
talking
war is
about.
on. And
Yes,
you
you have
are
been
the
warmongering.
perfect,
You have been
diabolical
warmongering.
veneer
You
of
have
that
been
proxy war.
warmongering.
All these ladies and gentlemen today who are sitting on the television channel,
Warmongering.
you are a veneer, a diabolical veneer of this proxy war.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I don't
these
know
people were Pakistani.
I don't know
And the
what
pictures
you're
are with
talking
me.
about.
And I think the Pakistanis should have the courage to at least take their own people back. What do you call people who don't have courage? In India, we just have one word,
If people-
cowards. Thank you very much for joining me on this
discuss-
debate on the
you
News
want
Hour
to
tonight.